Welcome everybody, welcome to the channel here, and now doing a review. Enjoy Hotel Transylvania 2. Kind of the theme song of the movie, Love with the Monster, or I'm in Love with the Monster. Fifth Harmony, I believe, did that. As in that song. So that was pretty awesome. I think they were doing a music video for it. I have to find that. I actually haven't seen that. But I am late to the party, technically, with this movie. It came out in 2015. The first one came out, I think, was 2013. 2 years apart, 2013, 2012. And then the second one here in 2015, which, since I was also late to the party, was Strange Magic. So in the past 2 weekends, whether it was my weekend before my birthday and then my birthday weekend this past weekend, I come upon 2 movies that are now on my top, let's just say top 10 or top 5 of my favorite movies of all time. Number 1 is still going to be 13 going on 30, but Hotel Transylvania 2. Hotel Transylvania, the first one was all right. Like, I watched that after seeing Transylvania 2. Now, let's just to share how I came upon this movie out of nowhere. Like I said, the past 2 weekends, Strange Magic, which I watched, that was on Disney Channel 2 weekends ago, on that Saturday evening. I thought to give it a chance and then loved it and did a review for it here on the channel. Now, Hotel Transylvania 2 was not on television, cable or otherwise, or at least not that I saw. But it is on Netflix. So, and I already had it to my list. Like, I have a lot of movies and shows already on my list of Steve. They're on Netflix on my account. And it was, this past Saturday. The pay-per-view was on Sunday, enjoying my birthday weekend, relaxing in the evening and yada yada. Actually, enjoying that, I was getting kind of bored, and I was thinking, well, maybe I can pop on a movie or watch something on either pop in a movie on my my movie collection that I have over here, over there, or I could watch something on Netflix, movie or otherwise. I have movies and TV shows over there, and as much as I say that's a pretty big movie collection, trust me, I've met people, people that I knew in the service when I was in the military living in Hawaii, that had whole freaking walls, or not walls, but their one wall, full of movies in plural, all in the, just like all around, like this whole space. You just continue this way or this way, still filled with movies. So as much as I call my own collection a collection, it's nothing compared to what most people have that are even more diehard moviegoers and people than I have slowly and started to become. And heck, now I'm so into it that on my birthday last week, for a birthday gift I got from a family member, was a good amount in a gift card form to my local movie theater to see upcoming movies. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 I plan to see, so I'll do a review on that, whether I see it this Friday or whenever. Excuse me, I apologize for that. And other movies that I plan to see at that theater, local Marcus Theater, place to be, or at least here in my area. But anyways, this review, obviously, for Hotel Transylvania, I'm so happy that I did decide to watch that, out of nowhere. Like I said, it was just a Saturday night there on my birthday weekend and just relaxing. And I thought, I might as well watch something. So I was scrolling through my list on Netflix that I have of my TV shows, movies, whatever else on there. And I thought, oh, because I remember seeing promos for the first one and the second one. And I always thought it was pretty cool, but I never got around to seeing it in movies. I don't know, was stupid or lazy or whatever I was, that I didn't actually go and see it in theaters or otherwise, or even rent it after its time in the box office in movie theaters. So, anyways, so I thought, okay, I'll give this Hotel Transylvania 2 a shot. And if you also learn about me, I'm usually not one to watch a second installment of a movie series or just the the next one, so to speak, once I've seen the first one, but here I really didn't have no choice. And I thought, okay, I'll give this a chance. And then if I really like it, as I did, obviously, because I wouldn't be doing a review about it, um, then I'll watch the first one. And I was able to actually find it, the first one online, where I watched the whole episode there on a totally legal regular site. I do everything by the book. Anyways, point being is I was able to see both. But first was the second installment, Hotel Transylvania 2. That's why I'm saying, to me, the second one was better than actually the first one. But the first one was to set up the second one. That's kind of how that works. But I did enjoy both. But see here, I have this up here, the cast for the movie. Selena Gomez as Mavis, Adam Sandler, Dracula, Adam Sandler as Jonathan, Kevin James as Frankenstein, Mel Brooks as Vlad, Steve Buscemi as Wayne, David Spade. You can never go wrong with David Spade. Griffin and Keegan Michael as Murray. See other ones. Asher Blinkoff as Dennis, the kid. So a great cast and cast in general, voicing people lending their voices to these characters. Now, if I had to pick which character I thought did the best or was the best or whatever, my standout performer, I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think of it because I've watched it now like 6 times on Netflix since I watched it on Saturday night, that night. Of which one I was going to say was the best one and all of them. But they all had their part to play. They all were great. That's why the movie was freaking fantabulous and glorious and awesome and fabulous and good and awesome and all other adjectives you want to throw out there for this movie. I thought was the truth. I mean, heck, Disney must think it was awesome that I just found out. It's just my luck sometimes that, yes, I was late to the party of watching the movies or knowing about them. But I find out the very next day watching Disney Channel, they have a promo for a Hotel Transylvania TV show on Disney Channel, an animated TV show. Just like Tangled has now a TV show, however long-lived that'll be, but still. So I guess I jumped on the train or just soon in time for that, I guess. If that wasn't going to give me a reason to watch the movie on Netflix, I actually watched it just before. Maybe I had that sixth sense about it that I should watch this because the trailer was going to come out. Even though technically I'm sure it was already on Disney Channel being promoted. But point is, we'll just say it was the other way, that I had a sixth sense about it and knew it was going to be the case and decided to finally watch the movies. And I'm glad I did. I really am. Glad I made that out of nowhere decision to watch it because I loved it. Just like leading up to Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I actually want to see Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to find that and watch that before watching the second one. I mean, Batista's in it, so I'm going to like it. But anyways, if I had to pick one, I say they all being equal because they all did a great job, each actor and actress in their positions and their places. But if I had to pick one over the other, if I had to, like a photo finish in a NASCAR race, and who gets to win sort of thing, even though, like I said, they all had their place. That's why there was an awesome movie. They all did great. They all have their big moments, funny moments, awesome moments, cute moments, whatever moments. They all made this movie great. All the characters working together made what this movie is. I mean, heck, watching it now, maybe we'll have a Hotel Transylvania 3. Seeing Dennis growing up and stuff. I don't know. Stuff like this, you just want it to keep going and going forever, even though that's never the case, because the awesomeness just stays as awesome as it was with 2 of them. But again, being actually would be Selena Gomez as Mavis. Hotel Transylvania, if those that haven't seen the first one or the second one, Dracula in his castle, kind of a backstory. Mavis' mother is killed by humans, angry mob, fire bad. This and that. And so Dracula is this castle in a hotel. Welcome to Hotel Transylvania. so that his daughter, so he could protect his daughter and be there for him, be there for her, forever, and try to keep her there, not to interact with humans because humans are monsters and this and that. But over time, that changes, right? And Mavis wants to go out and explore. It's going to be her 118th birthday. And again, I'm talking about the first one here before heading into the second one. And she wants to go out and explore and this and that, and she technically does. Goes to a nearby village that her father told her about, and nobody answers. And then people, or what she thought were people or humans coming out there, saying kind of the stuff that her father has been saying about how they would welcome her in a negative way. So she goes back home, this and that, and then viewers find out that it was all fake, and Dracula planned it all along, that it was his staff, the zombie staff, which is funny in itself. The zombies are the staff of a hotel. It's almost as funny as excuse me, as sloths being portrayed working at a DMV in Zootopia in that movie, which again was awesome in its own right. But anyways, that his zombie people were doing that, and they were breaking it down and putting it away. And that's when Jonathan comes. He just happened to, and it seems like just his nature. That's why I like Jonathan too, that character, because it's kind of like me in a way, just bumbling into things, whether good or bad. And he's being the curious George that he is, followed them back to the castle, and that's how he was there. And Dracula's freaking out, doesn't want Mavis to meet him, this and that. Not because he's worried that she might like him, but because of meeting a human at all. And he's going crazy because he's first thinking that it's a regular hotel for humans with people dressed up as monsters, but not realizing that it's a monster hotel to pry away from humans for the same reason, or for the reason, but of how his reaction has been, or was there. So he's freaking out. He runs into Mavis. They have this moment staring into each other's eyes, sort of thing. And then Dracula had a nice talk with Jonathan and to say, you should be here, this and that. But if you have to, what we're going to do is say that you're Frankenstein's cousin. I almost was going to say nephew, but cousin, on his right arm side, I guess. I don't know. That was interesting. But anyways, saying that he's Frankenstein's cousin, Johnny Stein. And doing that facade, that and but May was kind of infatuated with him, interested in him, asking Johnny, hey, will you be here at this and that and that party? And Dracula's kind of, I don't know what's going on there, sort of thing. And that budding romance continuing with Dracula being in his own way, in ways, after seeing this, further down the episode, or further down the movie, seeing, or actually his guardman, tapping him on the shoulder, letting him know Mavis and Jonathan are kissing, and then he runs over there, because he tells Jonathan of his pain, of what happened with his wife, and this and that, and why the hotel is here, and all that other stuff. He says, after I told you about my pain, you kissed my daughter. And then he tells Mavis, she should be doing that, this and that. And then that cook that had this little rat that rapes Jonathan, again in that scene where he's going crazy and meeting the monsters and this and that, runs into that cook and the rat, who thinks he's a human. Because the rat in the end was right, but still, this man thinks he's human. Later on here, when he was whatever, he gets incapacitated. Your guy kind of puts him out in Front Street and says, hey, here's the human. He is a human. And this and that, and everybody's freaking out. And Mavis, since she's a Dracula, it's like time staying still sort of thing, walks up to him, Jonathan, and asks if he's human or not. And he said, "True. Is it true? Are you human?" It's dang true. It is true. He is. I am. And she goes, she doesn't care. She still likes him, wants to be together, and that was adorable and cute. Hey, sometimes not the outside, whether it's personality, religions that are different, sports teams that you cheer for different teams, or this and that, or looks, whatever. If you fall for someone, you fall for someone, and it's because of their personality and how they treat you, right? And talk about relationships and that one. But anyways, he pushes him off after seeing Dracula's reaction, her father's, and says, "No, I don't want to be. I don't want to. No." He's more like, "That's great that you like me, but I don't want to be with you. Don't want to be with monsters. Get out of my way." And then he does like little karate kick thing. that was adorable. Not scary at all, obviously, but it was adorable. As he's storming out, Dracula, you would think be happy, but after talking with her and finding out what maybe his mom got her, which is really a story about their love. Excuse me. That Dracula realized he'd made a mistake. Even though in the end that's what he wanted. Like in the end, he did get what he wanted. Her not wanting to be with humans, her being just like him, and this and that, and standing at the hotel and not wanting to leave and whatever. But he realized that's not what's supposed to be, right? And his friends and others, tell him that pretty much after they found out what happened. So he and his friends go into town, find out that the humans do like them, aren't afraid of them as much anymore, and don't want to give them more pitchforks and that kind of mentality anymore. It's a different world now. So they all there supporting him and helping him, wanting him to get to the airport, because that's where Johnny was going to go back home. And he talks to him there. I gotta say though, Dracula, I know it might not be cool to say, but in his vampire form and as a bat with those red eyes and things, looks so freaking adorable. And I noticed that in the second installment, HOTEL Transylvania too. I don't know, it's just something I noticed. It's adorable, both of them, all of them, because so cute. In general, looking at that, but point being, then brings Johnny back. Mavis, and then they see all with a kiss, and that's the end of the first one. Now we head into HOTEL Transylvania 2, and there's a wedding, which was cool. But like I said, if they're trying to be able to watch the first one, I really didn't see a marriage proposal. I just saw them technically be together and seal it with a kiss and this and that, and Johnny's saying that the only reason he said he didn't want to be with her was because of Dracula, and that he would have, killed me or done something meant to me if staying this and that. But anyways, so they get married. Then months later, like I said again, you're seeing them in bat form, go for a fly, finding out Mavis is pregnant, have a kid. Baby's born. Dracula hoping that this kid is a monster, but Mavis and Jonathan are both okay if it's a human baby as well, girl or boy, whatever. In the end, it was a son, but you know what I mean. But the baby's healthy and happy, that's all that matters, and they'd be happy with that. And in that vein, Dracula sends Jonathan and Mavis off, to go to California because Jonathan wanted to spend more time with her, being alone. So they go to California to see if it would be a good place for Dennis to live there with Jonathan's family or near Jonathan's family, and in that type of environment, so to speak, while Dracula is trying to show him that he should like monsters, be one, wanting to be one, and this and that. And then, funniness, awesomeness, and just comedy gold ensues. The Invisible Man pretending he's dating someone, kind of in the opening scene and continuing on like he's with someone, and then finally, in the end, with the music or with the song playing that I started this review with, he finally bumps into one at the wedding, or at the not the wedding. It's actually the birthday party for Dennis, 5 years old. That from there. So that was pretty fun. I liked how they finished that up there. That he actually did find someone real. That and he could be dating. So, but anyways, then they go and they had that adventure. Mavis finds out about Dennis really pretty much falling, and that would happen there. So she and Dennis go back home to confront father, and then she did invite her grandfather there. Grandfather comes trying to find out if Dennis is a vampire or not, and then chaos ensues there, and then Dennis runs away while the grown-ups are fighting, and in that vein, one of the great grandfather's henchmen or whatever track him down, and others, and his friend Winnie, one of the wolf pups, the only female wolf pup. And then he does actually, his fangs come in after throws Winnie to the ground. That pisses off to get enough that gets him angry. Fangs come out. Like Go Power Rangers, should have been playing then, even though it's not a Power Ranger movie, but you know what I mean, just in my head. That'd be that big moment there. And then all this, Dracula and Dennis attacking them, and the grandfather coming along, and then we get to the end at the birthday party, and Austin's ensues there. So that's pretty much a big review of it. But like I said, I loved it, enjoyed it. I probably will be watching it actually again here shortly after I'm done with this review, and realize that there should have been other things I should have mentioned. But let me think here without having to watch it again. Of moments, like I said, each actor, each character had his own funny moments, awesome moments, like I talked about with the Invisible Man, David Spade playing that character. That's funny moments there. Like I said, already mentioned, blob thing, whatever. While they're going through the woods and everything, just getting whacked by the trees and stuff, like boom, 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 and it finally puts on the helmet. I don't know, but sometimes comedy can be without words. Just funny that way, that physical comedy there, which is easier to do with as in animation than live action, at least in my opinion. How I feel there. And the werewolf, and the scene with Dennis or with Jonathan and Dracula talking about what might need to change. The three-eyed magician, and then with the werewolf being a tennis coach, that might, because why always tennis sort of thing, and then he's teaching them, seeing some things, and then he hits the ball and boop. Because I don't instinct, and that was going to get there. The Mummy, when he was doing his little seance dance thing, because he was supposed to show Dennis this all powerful sandstorm and stuff. Just like the werewolf was supposed to kill and eat the deer, and Frankenstein was supposed to scare the people, and this, to show, these things and what he would want. In the end, not really, sort of thing. But anyways, Mummy's supposed to do that, and he's, someone going through it, and it was actually kind of cool. And Dennis is just dancing around, being a funny kid. And anyways, or then he just gets stuck. Like, oh, his back, he falls, and this little grain of salt, or sand, not salt, sand, does come out and comes down, and Dennis just comes out and makes like a snowman out of it, really, or a sand man out of it in that way. So again, funny moments there for all the characters, great moments on Joe. Dracula, one moment when he is freaking out or worrying about his daughter leaving, and he's talking to himself like I do a lot, more than maybe I should, but and he's talking about Johnny's reaction. He goes, "Dude, man, I'm a dude, man," or something like that. And he was just going like this or something like that. That was kind of funny there. Again, great movie, love it. I gave it a thumbs up rating there on Netflix itself, and definitely is in my top 10, top 5 best movies now already. So me, running into Strange Magic last weekend, then this past weekend, my birthday weekend, and watching HOTEL TRANSYLVANIA 2 out of nowhere. That's usually how I find my favorite movies, out of nowhere, either on TV or otherwise, that I might not have given a chance when they actually came on air or came on screen. The first time, original time. But hey, good thing I get to watch it now, because it was great. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and like I said, I probably will be watching it here shortly after I'm done here, if not right away after I'm done here. Excuse me, watching it again on Netflix and enjoying it again. I want to say thanks to everybody watching live and archive. Welcome to share this video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that other fun stuff. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will be back tonight with my NFL draft review and draft grades and go from there. So as always, take care.